And the last time there was a coast-to-coast total eclipse in the United States was 1918.
Joining us tonight to talk more about the eclipse is John Rummel with the Madison Astronomical Society. Nice to see you again, John.
Thank you.
Exciting stuff.
This is very exciting.
It is huge.
How huge? Put it into perspective for us.
Well, the typical location on the planet Earth only sees a total solar eclipse once every couple of 100 years. So, for instance, the last time the city of Madison saw a total eclipse was in the 14th century, long before there was a city of Madison. The next time is a little bit sooner, is in September of 2099, so make your reservations now. Again, the eclipse that's happening in August of this year isn't in Madison, but it's close enough that you can be there in half a day.
I think we have a map of the best viewing of this, and it's from Oregon right through the middle of the country.
Yeah, this eclipse spans the entire continent from Oregon to South Carolina, and again, almost everybody who lives in the United States is about a day's drive or less. There's something like 200 million people who live within a few hours' drive of this eclipse.
How wide is the path of the total eclipse?
The path is about 100 miles wide.
Wow, so it's pretty big.
So where do you think is the best viewing in the country? Where will you be going?
I will be in Oregon, and the reason that I chose Oregon is because the weather prospects in the U.S. get better as you go west. In August, the eastern United States is dominated by hot, humid, sticky weather, and that means after midday in the afternoons, clouds can form, and you could end up with cloudy conditions during that crucial 2 minutes of totality. In the western United States with drier air, especially in areas where there are mountains and you can get yourself east of the mountains, the prospects for clear skies go up above 80%.
And this is the site that folks are traveling thousands of miles to see. How can you safely look at it?
You can look at a total solar eclipse. That is, the 2 minutes of totality can be looked at with the naked eye. No precautions necessary. It's the partial eclipse that's for about 2 hours leading up to totality and after totality, when the disk of the sun is still visible behind partially obscured the moon, that it's dangerous to look at. So you want to use filtration for the hours leading up to and the hours after. But during totality, which you're seeing a picture of now, that can be viewed safely with the naked eye and should be viewed with the naked eye.
How do you take pictures of it? Can you photograph it?
Well, most people are going to have one of these.
Right, right.
Cell phone cameras are common. Unfortunately, cell phone cameras are not the best idea. Cell phone cameras give a very wide field. The sun will be very, very tiny. You can get good pictures with this, and if you use a cell phone camera, plan to capture part of your landscape too. Maybe the mountains or the city skyline of Nashville or Kansas City, wherever you happen to be. Similarly, typical point-and-shoot cameras are really good for those wide shots. But the sun will be a tiny little black hole in the sky during totality.
You need some real equipment.
If you want to capture a picture of the real thing, you have to have a significant amount of zoom. This is a 400mm zoom lens on a digital camera. A lot of people will be using gear like this or telescopes to capture a close-in view of the actual disk of the sun eclipsed by the moon.
And this is a spiritual event for a lot of people.
Well, I've never yet seen totality. August will be my first one, but it's not uncommon for people to experience slack-jawed amazement, and the plans that they have for photographing or doing other events to remember the eclipse by have been known to fall by the wayside as people just stand and stare slack-jawed into the sky. They can't believe it. It's been described as a horrifying, terrifying sight, a black hole in the sky where the sun was just a few minutes ago, and it's not hard to imagine why hundreds and thousands of years ago entire mythologies grew up around this event. It's a deeply moving event, and people who are viewing it with other people should not be surprised to see outcries of emotion, tears, laughter.
You've got 6 months to make your plans.
The 21st. Best of luck.
John,
Future clear
fascinating.
skies.
Great to see you.
Thank you very much.